Arabia. Let's talk to Dr. Alan Mendoza, Executive Director for the Henry Jackson Society. Alan, very good morning to you.
Good morning, Mike.
Good to speak to you. I mean, just on the face of that, before we talk about the ISIS problem and the 400 jihadis that may or may not be living in Britain, Trump going to the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, it's quite a significant move, isn't it, for him? His first sort of proper foreign trip as a statesman abroad.
Yes, I mean, I think what we'll see is a lot of his priorities coming to fruition on this trip, particularly working closely with the Saudis and the Gulf nations. He's obviously seen Saudi Arabia as a key strategic partner for the US from a resource basis as well as from a diplomatic basis, and we'll see what that means in practice, how it'll unfold and what will be announced.
Yeah.
Been promised big announcements. Let's see what they are.
Yeah, I mean, it shows the world is kind of changing, though, doesn't it? Because it's not something perhaps that would have happened. I mean, I know Biden went to Saudi Arabia, but I don't think he even got to see the top man, Mohammed bin Salman. I think he was kept waiting, and he ended up seeing somebody else. Trump is obviously a friend of the Saudis.
Well, you'll remember the world's most awkward fist bump.
Yes.
Biden wouldn't shake his hand, so it was a ridiculous set of affairs. But look, Trump is friendly with the Saudi royal family. He was obviously very close to them in his first term. That's continuing, and the question is, what have they got up their sleeves in terms of big announcements? Are they about to announce a partnership of some kind that's going to revolutionize the future of the Middle East? I mean, that's what all the talk is about. Let's see if it actually unfolds.
Yes, we shall see. Let's talk about the jihadis, because a piece of The Sun this morning saying that there's possibly 400 UK jihadis who carried out killings, terror attacks and genocide over in Iraq and Syria over a period of years. Some of them may still be in refugee camps over there. Some of them may have returned to the UK. It's slightly worrying that we don't seem to know for sure exactly where they are.
Well, isn't that just the problem with, all of this story? We have no idea who's coming in and out of this country, whether they are British citizens or, foreign migrants, illegal, legal. It's all just a complete mess. And this story highlights that. The fact that we can have these very dangerous criminals potentially roaming our streets, having been allowed back in without even anyone inspecting their past, is just extraordinary. So we have a problem here, a very serious problem.
We really do. And if they are back here, of course, the other problem we have is that, one, they haven't been brought to trial. Two, they haven't seemingly been investigated very much, or at least we don't know that they have been. And three, they're basically walking around.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, all those three matter. The government has stated repeatedly it's interested in justice for the victims of ISIS, but how can it be interested in justice for the victims of ISIS if it allows ISIS killers to roam around the UK? That's the big problem. And who knows what these people intend for us here? That's the other part of the equation.
Right, exactly. And because of the kind of controversy around Shamima Begum, she tends to get more of the headlines than anybody else. But of course, there are other people who did precisely what she did, sometimes perhaps even worse things than she did, who have been allowed back into the country already.
Indeed, and that's the problem, isn't it? We had a very good legal precedent set where Shamima Begum was indeed not allowed back in because of her membership of ISIS and her support essentially for ISIS. Now we've got people who potentially, as you've said, could have actually committed serious crimes for ISIS, and they've been able to apparently walk back in. I think there needs to be an urgent investigation to discover who these people might be, where they're living, and what on earth is going to be done to them to prevent them from being able to walk freely amongst us going forwards. Yeah,
exactly. And as for those who might still be in the refugee camps, I mean, what's their sort of legal status, as it were? Are they British citizens? Are they welcome to come back? What's the story?
Well, that, again, depends very much on an individual basis as to who they might be. My position is very simple on this. We have the precedent set that's been backed by the Supreme Court, essentially, that says that if you do have access to another citizenship and the UK then has the right to remove your citizenship on the grounds that you committed treason against this country, and then you should stay in Syria or go back to that other country in perpetuity. We shouldn't have these people here.
No, quite. So you'd be in favour of just saying if you've gone there and you are now currently living there in some kind of camp, you shouldn't be allowed back?
Yeah, if you've got access to another citizenship, which is a legal framework for which that can be done, absolutely. Then goodbye, you made your choice, we don't want you back, there's no absolute call for you to be here, and make your own luck amongst the people that you try to kill.
Yeah, and just on the immigration front, I mean, pictures this morning in the papers of these 3 young men arriving yesterday, even as Keir Starmer was speaking about strengthening our immigration policy. He didn't really say anything about strengthening the border. He didn't really talk about illegal migrants at all. But these guys on a coach, one guy making the sort of victory sign as in a W for winner. They don't look as if they're fleeing war to me. They look as if they're coming here for a very good time.
Well, here's the problem, isn't it? We're speaking about migration as being a massive problem in British politics today in terms of the UK's future cohesion and in terms of the economy in that way. And yet we are getting those arrivals occurring even as the Prime Minister's making his speech. The system's broken. We all know that asylum is being gained by people who are not true asylum seekers. They're people who, want a better life. I get they want a better life, but that's not our job to provide them with a better life, basically.
No.
We're a refuge, but we are not a place that is going to say to you, come, all you huddled masses who want a better life, because Britain's your soft-touch place who's going to pay for you to have that better life. That's just not the system, and we need to, end that system now.
Yeah. And do you believe Starmer yesterday when he says that he wants to reduce immigration significantly? Those are his words.
Well, I would believe him if he put a number on it.
Yeah.
Why didn't he put a number on it? It's all very well saying, I want to reduce immigration significantly. But if you're not going to give yourself a target, everyone knows that if you don't have anything to aim for, you're not going to succeed. You might make a dent in it. Okay, he'll make a dent in it. But we need to get the numbers down by massive amounts, Mike, to make this a viable solution for this country. And if you don't set a target, you're never going to get there.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Alan Mendoza, good to talk to you, Executive Director of the Henry Jackson Society. Thank you.